All right, who's got the first topic of the day?
You do.
Boom.
I do? Okay. Let's start out. All right, raise your hand, everyone in the room. Who has seen Oppenheimer?
Of course, you've seen Oppenheimer. Not
Who
surprised.
has seen Barbie? Wow, wait, actually?
Yeah.
You guys haven't seen either.
I'll just say this. I've seen. Oh, wait a second.
Then maybe this isn't a topic.
No.
You guys can't talk about it.
I
Can someone in the back talk about it?
F them. No, I can talk about it. I am qualified to talk about these movies I have not seen.
Oh.
Yes, yeah.
That's like me talking about Gear 5.
That's fine. All I'm
What
saying,
you just did.
all I'm saying
They
is,
probably turned off the recording too.
if they turn off the recording, it'd be very spooky. All I'm saying is, I've heard people talk about it enough, seen enough news articles enough. I know enough about Oppenheimer and Barbie to have an opinion, even though I haven't seen it.
Okay, then. All right.
Fuck yeah.
I was going to ask, which one did you like more?
I don't give a fuck about either movie.
You don't give a fuck about either one, even though it's changing Hollywood.
How? Talk to me then.
It's like for a double feature, I think it's now holds the record for most amount of revenue brought in the first week for like 2 movies.
I'm not surprised, but it doesn't.
And the fact that like they're kind of allowing directors to have more free say. Like people, so it's so expensive to create a movie now, and so many things have to go through the supply chain that's why we got so many remakes, sequels, and this stuff the last couple of years. If you look like what Disney's doing, where they're remaking all like the classic Disney movies into live actions, and you're getting a lot of sequels that don't need, like Ghostbusters. Do we really need another Ghostbusters? Do we need another Indiana Jones? You know, that type of stuff. Versus now with these 2 movies, it's studios that allow directors free reign of like a new project and a new IP essentially.
Do you realize Barbie was a show, right?
I don't know
TV show?
if anyone
It was
really
Barbie.
watched it, but this movie has nothing to do with that TV show.
But I understand it. But it takes like the childhood show.
Barbie
thing.
was never a show.
Yes, it was.
No.
Maybe it was like for like.
There was like the only thing was the Tyra Banks movie on fucking Disney
I'll
Channel.
tell you, and that wasn't Barbie either.
But it was a play on Barbie.
It was a play on Barbie.
Whenever they get back from whatever they're doing, I'm gonna have them fact check that.
But I'll tell you that, like the Barbie movie was not made to sell Barbie dolls. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, I'll tell you right now. It's not.
Oh, we got.
I do.
You think so?
I
Absolutely.
do. I agree.
I think
it's a play on money.
and in some way maybe. But if you kind of, I don't know, if you see the movie, it doesn't actually really show Barbie in the best light.
It doesn't have to show Barbie in the best light for it to sell Barbies.
It doesn't, but like the individuals. I'll say this: the individuals that are enjoying that movie, that saw that movie, are girls who grew up that had Barbie.
Absolutely, that's why it doesn't take away. All it does is show reflection onto who a lot of these girls present themselves to be after having a Barbie. So it's like a mirror effect almost. That's what it seems like. I haven't seen the movie. But
and then
perspective
those same adults are going to buy their children Barbie and explain to them what Barbie is from a kid level
and
to
what
a
it
teenage level.
Meant to them to have Barbie in their life.
It opens the avenue for Barbie to be.
I think it's easy to say that
kid-friendly.
from like an outside perspective, but if you like go see the movie, I'd say it's a
Okay.
lot different. And I don't want to spoil stuff, but it.
Spoiler alert.
I'm not watching it, so
Okay. So I've heard enough people talking about Barbie and what I do. I heard nothing. I heard about Oppenheimer and Barbie so much this week and last week.
Okay.
In my job, I was like, I don't need to see these fucking movies. Anyway, all I'm
I
saying.
think you should see them though.
No. So I know in the Barbie movie that they were playing on feminism and how Ken was pretty much what women are in our modern day society. Barbie goes to the real world. Ken figures out that men are treated better. Barbie world, all that other bullshit. So I get it. Barbie meets the creator. She ain't got no coochie. She gets a coochie.
That's like at the very end. Okay.
I'm just saying, like,
That's-
I've heard and seen enough clips to like have an opinion where like I agree a little bit more with AJ, where I'm like, there's so much more flexibility, but I can also supposed to say this. Are you? I don't think you're speaking for them, but like, you know, the Ben Shapiro's, how they're burning Barbies. Like, what is your take? I'm curious.
No, I don't. I'll say this. I don't. The movie was fun, and I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
Is there some man hating in there? Yeah, there is.
1,000%
there is. But it's like, take it with like a grain of salt. Like that's kind of what's meant to be taken as. It's not like people like Ben Shapiro that made a whole stink about it being like too woke and all of this stuff. It's like, I don't know, man. You sound like a guy that can't make a woman come. Like, if I'm just being honest, that's what, like, having that mentality towards that is like, no, women can't have a movie about them. So for that reason, the movie's fun. If you're a guy, you can enjoy the movie and not feel bad about enjoying it as a guy. Because I think a lot of guys feel that way. Because a lot of the movie is hating on men specifically. Just learn to laugh about it. Like, that's my advice.
It's just so interesting because I feel like, from what I'm coming at it from like the reactions for like how empowering it was and like how now we have a movie where the roles are reversed, so how life would have been or be like, or things like that. And I always come from a perspective of like, it's almost kind of like when I look at culture where like when they talk about like how Black History Month is in February, right? I always feel that Black History Month is every day, and that's something I experience, but there's always a really good importance of highlighting certain people, races, and I like that there's a movie like this. And I feel like, once again, people, when they look at this, take this as another divisive how can I say this, divisive like tool, where like you're reading too much into it. It's almost like Jadidion going to the WNBA and like sleeping
on the bed, yeah.
So
making it more than what it is.
Yeah.
Barbie didn't have a live action movie, but it's had animated movies since 2001.
Yeah.
2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. Like,
yeah, but like
Barbie
the movie is based off the Barbie doll. Same way like Oppenheimer is based off of like the history of what occurred.
Yeah, no, but my thing is, it's like that still doesn't negate the fact of these movies that have already been presented as Barbie, because those animated series are based off the Barbie doll too. Nothing takes away from Barbie in that aspect. My thing to the people is they did the same thing they did when you look at the movie like Toy Soldiers, for example, right? That's what it reminds me of. Is this aspect of creating something out of a fantasy perspective. When you think of Toy Soldier, it was what? It is a male-dominated action film based off of these toys, right? Toys that men play with. So of course it's gonna dominate women. It talks bad about women in that movie. Like, this is a woman-dominated movie based off of a woman toy or female-dominated toy. I'm not going to say no men own Barbies, but what I'm saying is, like, we have to look at that from that perspective. Of course, like, to me, it's a sell on the toy itself. Like, when it comes to this movie, it's, yeah, the creator of this movie probably played with Barbie dolls as a kid and was like, it'd be dope to come out with a movie to try and relive my childhood. And everyone who probably went to go see that went and relived their childhood of old Barbies and how they used to be and what they were, what they felt to them. And watching that movie gave them that euphoric feeling. Not a bad thing. I'm not knocking it. That's the point of it. But a lot of movies are out there for people to relive their euphoric moments. Is that something that I want to partake in? Does I feel like it's a waste of time? Absolutely. It's not for me. That's my phone. Sorry.
Oh. All right, but either way, I'm not telling you to go see Barbie or not see Barbie. Both of you should see Oppenheimer, though. That's a better movie than Barbie. I'll say that.
I don't know. I don't agree with that either. I feel like we continue to perpetuate the same things we do in movies as we talk about American War in 90% of our movies. And it's like, why do we continue to talk about American War when the effects of American War still affects our people every day?
Well, that's what the movie touches on. It touches on the effects of how Robert Oppenheimer felt after he created the bomb, realizing that he actually created something that was a chain reaction that not only ended when they dropped it on Japan, but is actually going to continue forever. And you realize that they're just going to make bigger bombs.
So how is that something that we want to promote and talk about? That's something
because it enlightens you, and
it gives you information on what happened in our society that continues to happen. People continue to do negative things and want to present a movie and present something that says, we're sorry for what we did. We're sorry for creating something that can destroy the whole world. We're sorry for doing that.
I definitely
don't really get your point there. I'll be honest. I don't get it.
You don't have to get it.
Because if you're able to take a topic, the whole point of the movie is it's able to take a topic that's really difficult to understand and controversial and making it in a way that's easier to consume as an individual and enjoy as you're learning about it, and it's bringing light to it.
So, okay, another kind of direction on this, Pearl Harbor, okay. Right? We come out with a movie about Pearl Harbor.
Okay, but that okay.
About why? But why?
But that movie is a love story. That movie has nothing to do about Pearl
why.
Harbor.
Yes, it does. But why?
Why do we come out with it?
Yeah,
because
why?
Americans love war movies.
Why? That's what I'm saying.
The thing is, this isn't even.
That's exactly what I'm saying. We continue to talk about the narrative. We talk about World War I all the time. We talk about movies that talk about World War I and how we saved the world. Why? We push a narrative for what?
Okay, man. Okay.
You get where he's coming from now?
I get. The thing is, this isn't a war movie. Oppenheimer isn't a war movie.
I understand, but it's the same narrative. We continue to push the same narrative. This was a mistake that was created. A mistake that was created. Dropped a bomb on a whole country, and we talk about the effects of what we just did.
Yeah.
How is that something that we want to go watch and talk about? Because who's that affect? That affects the Japanese people we dropped the bomb on.
Yeah, but it also teaches future generations the consequence of it.
Exactly. It goes into
and it highlights a person who went to create this process and then was actually ridiculed for creating it by his own government.
Thought he was a spy.
But they thought he was a spy and a communist.
But it's still used
and it's
to
giving
this day.
and it's giving more insight to who he was and giving him the shine he deserved when he was there.
What is the shine? That's what I'm saying though. We're trying to highlight somebody for creating something so magnificent, but it did something so negative to a group of people.
So the thing is, I believe brilliance can also be horrific.
That is a clip. So I want to bring this into like, I see your point. I'm glad you got more airtime to say what you're saying. Because at first I was like, I'm fucking talking about. So this is what I'm hearing. If I'm being 100% honest with you, yes. Should we not glorify the things that have happened that were horrific? It's almost kind of like I literally had to change my mindset. And my mindset was like, I was tired of seeing like slave shows all the time. Absolutely. Black brilliance. That's why I was like, ooh, I like Wakanda. I like all these different things. Show like black adventures. Show like this different side. And it hit me where like, if we don't talk about these things, right, then it's something that is easily forgotten. We're like, if the fact dragon was fucking up here, I would have for him like the fact check. Where like I feel like every like 3 years in Hollywood, there's a movie about anti-Semitism, like in the Jewish community, reminding people like Holocaust is bad, to like get that information out. Where it's kind of like, and I'll even give you a real world example. When we were being taglined as Andrew Tate supporters, where it's kind of like, and I was telling this person, I was like, literally, I would want to study this person because he has captivated so many people to do stupid stuff. So it's almost kind of like when Costa's saying like, you know, genius can be horrific, where it's like, it really is, where it's like, I know I didn't see it, so like obviously I can only go so far, but like I can get the understanding of documenting it, because like from what I've heard from different people, where like the story is literally about like how they got to the point of like, I did a horrible thing.
I'll say this: the movie does not glorify the atomic bomb in any way. And if anything, you leave there feeling like, man,
We're done.
I can't believe we did that. Because then you realize it just started the chain of just everyone's just gonna make a bigger bomb, and that's where the movie kind of ends off. It, not to create too many spoilers, but he like shows something to Albert Einstein that horrifies him. Don't know what it is. At the end, you learn what it is. It's just that like, apparently when the bomb goes off, it could just create an endless chain of explosions. And then at the end, he tells Einstein that is what happened, which is there's his way of saying they're just going to keep making bombs.
But my thing to this is like I keep coming back to it. It's like we always try and find the scapegoat when things are wrong. We always try and find a way to say this is wrong, but we understand why. Mm-hmm. We get it. This is wrong. It's not black, white, gray. There's no gray area, and we continue to put these war movies in gray areas and talk about the legendariness of these people, and it's like we can't keep putting one perspective side view of things that America has done across the world in one side perspectives and expect it to be gray. It's not gray. It's like, yeah, it makes America look good, but how does it affect other countries? How is it affecting places like Cuba, Puerto Rico? How is it affecting places like Guam and Hawaii? How, like, we have to think about the effects of what we've constantly done in our country, and we don't. And the repercussions of that are oh well, we did that, but this person was okay. The movie about the guy who ran with the message. What was that movie
Paul
called?
Revere?
1914 or whatever.
1914. The war movie about the messenger.
Yeah.
What was going on during that time? World War I, right? Yeah. We were saving the world, and it was all about a message. But we were killing thousands of people. Thousands of people of ours were getting killed. Like we always try and heroize these war movies that have lasting effects on generations of people.
I don't think he's saying that the movie is
It's not a war movie.
No, not a war movie. Or what I heard you say is that they're not glorifying the whole process. They're just telling the story.
It's bringing light to the situation, which, yeah. I'll say this also with like war movies and this stuff. Of course, the saying goes, winners always write the stories. So that's why we get the American perspective, because back-to-back world champions. You've seen those shows. Sorry, don't make me to make light of it. But
Jesus Christ.
At the end of the day, though, also you have to think about like, all right, let's say the U.S. didn't do what we did. Well, we'd be speaking German today. We'd be speaking Japanese, Russian maybe. I mean, at the end of the day, like, it does suck. War sucks. I'm very anti-war, but it's like it's because of the stuff we did that we are quote unquote, people are gonna disagree, but like the land of the free. Like we have much more freedom here than anywhere else in the world. I'll say that.
I don't know if I agree with that, but we have a lot more opportunity, not freedom.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
We technically don't have freedoms here, and we can have that conversation if we want to, but
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole.
Jesus Christ,
freedoms, but because of what we did, yes, glorifying this stuff isn't great, and especially the way because we also control the cinema industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every war movie is a U.S. winning good guys war movie. I understand. But it's also because of what we did, we're able to have the life we live now, where it's like roof over our head, food on our table, and no one tells us what we do.
And that's how the Barbie movie was made.
And that's how the Barbenheimer was made.
Barbenheimer.
That's crazy.
Exploding in the vagina.
I mean, we can
too far.
We can continue to go down the rabbit hole, but that's fine. We can go in a different direction.
Okay. So instead of Oppenheimer, Barbie, what are you gonna watch instead, movie wise?
This is a great,
If those two movies stink, which
De-escalate.
you don't have to like them. What's a good option for the people to watch out there that don't want to be a part of those two?
Door goes downtown.
Spider-Man.
Nah, that's a lot of violence in there.
I don't know, man. That's
A
lot of racial.
I don't.
they're on strike, man.
He doesn't.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh,
I think they're gone, man. By the way, I think they're gone. I think they got in the car and drove away.
No.
No.
The camera's still doing the thing.
Oh yeah, it's recording, but they're not.
No. It's switching back and forth, so like he's not
Oh.
that far. Anywho.